I'm assuming we can change it, so let's just start the game like this, okay? Norco, Louisiana. Shield hid the stars behind halogen and flame projected onto the sky every night. There was no such thing as silence. The noise never went away. The refinery exhaled an endless sigh. I could never sleep. It was so loud. That feels more like me. In your dreams, the towers were grand cathedrals, places of worship. The swamps hid behind mirrors like spies. The birds transformed into radiant spheres and traced omens above the highway blight. You spent your adolescence sleepwalking between little devastating rituals. Though Blake pleaded, you decided to leave. I didn't care. But for a while, you did. You caught out on a grainier to Chicago and onward to the West Coast. You'd never left Louisiana and thought you'd never return. You thought the ghosts of the lowlands wouldn't find you hiding along the road. The years carried you through overlit suburbs of the vast American limbo, across mountains, above cell towers. Thumbing down 99, you saw an old man crouched in a roadside ditch who was mouthing your name. He had a familiar gaze. It was gone when you wiped the sleep from your eyes. You spoke to Blake, learning of your mother's declining health, her insomnia, her erratic behavior. You ignored the urgency in your brother's voice. By and by, you made your way east. You threw your phone into the Rio Grande. You joined the armies of the Mesa. For months, you were in the company of fugitives. You slept in nuclear tunnels, repairing engines and weaponry. The war was a meme that set Albuquerque on fire. You escaped while the foot soldiers of a pop-up junta bloodied the parched land. While hiding in the berth of a Freightliner. I prayed, I slept, I forget. I forget. No, I slept for the first time in years. You slept easily as the truck shuttled through the plains. You called home from a landline in a motel somewhere beyond Texas. You knew from Blake's hello that your mother was already dead. You hung up, shouldered your bag, returned to the highway. 5 years had passed. The ghosts were calling you back home. Act 1. Lowland Ghosts. Alright, that was a pretty cool intro. You went for the past tense, you're dead already. I mean, by the atmosphere I could very well be. What dreams if you couldn't sleep? Yeah. It's just hallucination, you know, from lacks of sleep. You call them dreams, but it's not really sleeping, it's not really dreams. You awake from a delirious dream to find yourself in your childhood bedroom. Monkey watches you from the corner. Okay, Monkey. Monkey, oh my god, your best friend, a childhood gift. Who gave me this horrific creature? You spoke with him often when things got difficult, but then you left. He sat here for 5 years, collecting dust. 5 years. His eyes fill with anger as he challenges you to return his gaze. Staring Contest Part 1, Glyphs. Glyphs will appear and flash a pattern. Match the pattern to meet the monkey's gaze? I'm sorry, what? You successfully met Monkey's gaze with a cool assurance. However, his expression is unchanged. You stare more intensely. Okay. Oh shoot. I didn't think it was so fast. Your stare was no match for Monkey's. Try again. Anger melts from Monkey's face. Take Monkey. You drape Monkey over your shoulder. My boy, it's gonna be fine. Monkey stares at you. You keep staring. He stares with more intensity until his gaze passes through you. You become invisible to him. Keep staring. The circles of light pull in the doll's tired eyes as they watch the infinite space beyond your being. The air that hangs between your eyes and his is a vacuum of utter stillness. You look away. God, what is this game? My mind map. Alright. A sticker from grade school, half peeled from the window. Cool January air spills through the open window. The low sun washes over the neighborhood. A small flock of blackbirds dissolves into the tree line towards the lake. Commuter traffic glints along Apple Street as a pair of wrens weave out of the overgrown lot next door. Okay. Among the books on the shelf is a slim volume called Crisis LARPing. Sorry, what? Read. The proto-disaster tourism began almost as soon as the floodwaters left. Punks from across the country ventured into Ninth Ward, Gentilly, St. Bernard, and finally, the East. They curated a theatrical self-portrait of their lives in the ruins. The aesthetics of a disaster was central to that emerging milieu. It began to percolate into popular culture. Collapse became the Zeitgeist? Oh fuck, not again. What was it? Great, I forgot. This fucking word, man. Zeitgeist. Can I just have Google spell it for me?
Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist. Zeitgeist. Wise investors recuperated the experience. The Z needs to be sharper, more about Z. Zeitgeist. I think it's a Z closer to the Italian Z, maybe? The English Z is very soft, usually. Wise investors recuperated the experience of disaster. New Orleans became a plastic dystopia, a marketplace for crisis. Alright. You're still going very S. T. It's probably the microphone. Zeitgeist. You assume Million has been keeping the plants alive. A flyer from a show your friend put on a few weeks before you left town. A fight broke out while one of the opening bands played. I got whipped in the face with a bike chain. Holy shit. Sure. You still have a scar above your left eye. After the show, you and Blake shot fireworks from the roof of a hotel on Poydras Street. Sleepless and sober, the two of you walked back to Norco. You watched the sun climb over the grain elevators. The laptop your parrain gifted you idles on a shoddy particle board desk. As the screen illuminates, you notice that the signal in the house is dead. No internet. It looks like Blake was using the computer at some point. He left the browser tab open. LOL. The fuck kind of name is Quack Job? Wait, does it start from... It start from the bottom. Since this exact thing, OP, still there? Seen at the base of the upper suction. Mods won't do a thing about shills, but they'll ban you on the spot for using a naughty word. Place is a joke. ClearNet's nothing but celebs, libs and bots. Just like the name sounds, full of lunatics. Have some way of getting you to join a cult. Worse than them people living in a mall in Kenner. You can't trade that coin they use on hardly any exchanges because everyone knows it's a good Ponzi scheme. The heck is a Ponzi scheme? Need cash fast? Install QuackJob. Use promo code BLEED3 for up to 0.005 QuackCoin. Wait, did it actually start from over here then? No, it didn't. This is weird. Get some sleep, OP. Looks like it was made of glass, maybe. Glow real bright. Then not at all. Moved fast. Best pick I could get. All kinds of shit happening. I mean, no, it does start from the top then. But Modbot has archived the posts. Anybody still post here? No, place is a wasteland. Mods are all SJWs. Oh no. You're posting? Nice one, Jackass. Forgot I even posted. Wanted to run something by you, gents. Was knocking out Saka late in the spillway. Saw a big round glowing thing in the sky. You mean the sun? Called it the sun, OP. Funny. Talked to somebody else. Seen it too near the parish canal. That's the sun. Bro, that's the sun. I see that every day, OP. Been rising and setting every day since I've been alive. Nothing like this, but the birds in them swamps be acting weird. We've all seen the sun, bruh. Relax. Looked like it was made of glass. Or glow real bright, then not at all. Moved fast. Weird. Memories of sleepless nights. The dull refinery hum in the red halogen half-darkness. Your mom sitting here, staring through the window. There was a tension in her demeanor, as if you were interrupting some urgent and obligatory task. She continued to the kitchen with no words exchanged. But those nights were rare. Many of them you simply don't remember. A letter from Shield Oil sits atop a stack of mail. Shield Oil Community, notice, dear neighbor, please be advised. There will be elevated flaring at the site of our number 5 stack near Good Hope on the evening of Thursday, March 19th. This will pose no health risk to residents. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Shield Norco Office of Community Engagement. Okay. Family photo album. Yellowing pages of disposable photographs. Your grandfather, a peculiar look in his face, impossible to read. Your mom, staring at Blake through the obscure lighting. He's dressed as a vampire, tugging at someone's waist. Pleated khaki shorts. A photo labeled Duck, scene of a barbecue on the lakefront. The man at the center points playfully at the camera, his face is obscured. Turn the page and there's Blue, your father, though you never thought of him that way. His skin stained by the sun, a canister of dip shoved into his front pocket. His easy smile, his knowing eyes. He set the book aside. They updated my mind map. Okay, interesting. Your mum's unfolded laundry. You peruse the titles on the bookshelf. The Western Margin of the Lake, Critiques of Deliberate Externality, Fence Line Diaspora. It's a critiques of deliberate externality. Shield has acquired much of Norco's most flood-resistant land through a variety of mechanisms. Madare and Moore argue that one such mechanism is a process of deliberate externality. This theory posits that key corporate decision makers encourage the company to emit effluent and noxious substances into the environment with the explicit intention of decreasing neighboring property values. This compels residents to sell their properties below market value to relocate as quickly as possible. Criticism that this theory often receives is that it diminishes the importance of slavery in the situating black residents along industrial fence lines, up and down the Mississippi River. In the words of Carter, slavery was the deliberate externality from which Shield continues to profit. Pollution was never needed. What? The western margin of the lake. Many tragedies have come to pass along the western margin of Lake Pontchartrain. The unnamed hurricane of whatever that is left the settlements of Frenier and La Branche in a state of unrecognizable destruction. Those who survived did so by clinging for their lives to the limbs of cypress trees. The fables and secrets of those communities lie with the bones now scattered in the sediments of the lake. The fence line diaspora. In the end, we decided to leave dimes. It wasn't the cat cracker, or the smells, or the fear for our children's health that drove us away, though they played a part. Truth be told, it was the media attention. The spokespeople and activists and academics and all this. I was done with it. I was done being a poster child, done being thought of as a victim. I wanted my experience to be my own, not something to gawk at or dissect in a laboratory. Okay. A photo of your mom holding Blake as a baby on a beach in Pensacola, Florida. It's winter. You stand beside them, bundled up and laughing as a gust of wind rakes the beach. The sky is bone white. The heat of spring will soon arrive, and the mildew air of the window unit will fill the room. An old defective flat screen that your mom never bothered to bring to the curb. You turn on the television. A chaotic distortion of your mother's memories flash before you. I'm sorry, what? Okay, let's not turn on the TV ever again. Is there a button that shows all the interactables? I guess not, but it doesn't seem like an issue so far. Let's go to the kitchen. Oh my god. This is awful. Pills. Your mom's painkillers are spilled across the counter. We discovered so many dead cockroaches in this microwave over the years that it's discouraged you from using it. Oh. Several months, a dead baby roach was stuck between the clock's display and the protective screen, blocking the hour. Blake finally shook the microwave aggressively enough that the roach fell into the guts of the machine. You were always frightened by the laundry room. There used to be much more clutter up here. You imagine your mum gave it away as the end approached. That it? Okay. This is our front yard. Three times this house has flooded. The first flood is a shadow of a memory. Placing your feet down on drenched carpet, your mom and grandfather ripping out sheetrock, sitting in a small RV in the backyard, setting dolls on a cluttered little table. The second flood, you were 14. The pumping station failed during a heavy rain. You were in a class, watching the clouds move upriver. You got a text message from your mom. Stay in Destra. I'll come get you. For 2 weeks you shared a hotel room with your mom and Blake. You spent all their days gutting the house. In the evening, you would sometimes help. The third flood, another pump failure. Your mom hired contractors with the insurance money. She said she was getting too old for it. You were bitter. You blamed her for not selling the house sooner. You stayed with friends in New Orleans. The fourth flood will follow. A slow hurricane, and it will be a calamity. It will leave the entire region submerged as critical levees breach. There will be a massive blackout that lasts weeks. Much of the sewerage infrastructure will be damaged beyond repair. The embattled federal government will do nothing to assist. It will bankrupt the region. Small militant enclaves will form along the high ground of the Mississippi River. They will take to piracy and hijack commercial shipping vessels. Private mercenary forces will retaliate in kind. Slowly, industry will flee this hot zone. The old river control structure will collapse from neglect and sabotage. The Mississippi River will again change its course. Norco, an old abandoned refinery town on a ghost of a river. Your house will be squatted and then razed. Ooh. A cat. Your mum fed the neighborhood strays. It must be hungry since she passed. Your grandfather's statue of the Virgin Mary sits in the shadows along the crawl space of the house. Oh god. You observe the weathered concrete and flaking paint of the statue. Inspect further. The face is especially deteriorated, framed by a system of cracks. This is gonna come off. You run your hands along the deteriorating contours of the statue. It snaps off, as if by design. Behind the statue's face hides an odd assemblage of electronics carelessly soldered together. At the center of the electronic configuration is what appears to be a card reader. Huh. I don't have a card. Monkey? He doesn't know what to do. I'm gonna save. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's check the backyard. A pry bar. A steel pry bar lies on the ground. Can I grab it? No. Your mom's old 4-cylinder 350cc bike. It has extensive rust and wear. This truck was your grandfather's. You remember riding in his lap while he let you steer. The dead wasps that collected behind the seat. The smell of grease, whiskey and nicotine. You and Blake would drive the truck into New Orleans on the weekends. No AC, windows down. The rattling chassis was deafening going 75 on Interstate 10. Million has been slowly repairing the vehicle since your mom's death. A disintegrating crab net. Blue taught your mom how to make these, and your mom taught you. In the summers, you'd bike to the suction before sunrise. Tie chicken necks to the bottom ring of your net. Submerge it, sit there nursing your coffee while the swamp raised its voice. You'd come home with a dozen or so crabs snapping and writhing in a burlap bag. You assume your mom hadn't been out of the water much this past year. Okay. And then we have Million. Who is Million exactly? Okay, it's time for my mind map. There's no one called Million. Okay. Million sits in her characteristic slouch, lost in thought. Her carapace is taken on the rusted and weathered worn quality of the rest of the machinery in the yard. Her carapace? You recall the night that your mom showed up with her. You and Blake stayed up past dawn, poring over pirated API docs. Her ragdoll mass was slumped on the floor as you wrote the routine procedure. Oh, is she like a robot? You wonder if such memories hide behind a constellation of eyes. The robot regards you casually. Speak. Okay, you're awake. I couldn't sleep. Catherine used to say the sound of the refinery gave you restless sleep. In any case, I'm certain I was no help. She gestures towards a motorcycle at the edge of the carport. I was turning over the engine on that bike to test the coils. It was quite noisy, but they're in good shape now. All I need is the fuse, and we can use it to get around while I finish repairing the truck. I heard the phone ringing inside, but I had my hands full. Can we get a fuse? The gas station just up the road has them, but you may have to persuade Troy to let you in. Were you expecting a call? Many people have been calling since Catherine died. Your brother is usually the one to answer the phone, but I don't know where he went off to. I wonder. Likely at the bar or the bookstore, if I had to guess. Why would so many people be calling? Your mother left behind a lot of loose ends. From what little I know, I gather she was conducting research for a client in Fat City. I sense that many people would like to acquire that data. I am unaware of where she has hidden it. Perhaps Blake knows its whereabouts? Who will want to see the data? Your mother spent her entire life researching this town. She knew histories that others have forgotten. History has a lot of value in this place. Who's the client? I haven't a clue. These aren't things she discussed with me. As the cancer spread, she became more guarded with her research. She finally worked herself to death. I took her knowledge for granted. She always kept a strange company. I feel like she always kept strange company. An occupational hazard, I suppose. So anyway, that's all. Okay, so we need a fuse to fix the motorcycle. We're on Apple Street. Padu PI. Padu Private Investigators. We snoop for you. The snowball stand is closed for the winter. Snowball stand? The turtle. He crawled out of the trash can. Don't touch him, see? He's dirty. No, he's not. Turtles are always clean. They live in water. Trash water is not clean. We got to go, see? Just let me stare a little longer. He's pretty. The lights are on at Padu Private Investigators. You knock. No answer. So that's my home. You can go to the Floodgate Tavern or the Dimes Discount. There we go. There's a film set. A film crew is set up along River Road. Several floodlights illuminate a gruesome murder scene. Two men stand pensively above a corpse. Approach the set. As you near the set, a small energetic man jumps from his chair. Attention, dumbass! Can't you see we're trying to shoot here? Sorry. Hey, you know what? Wait a second. You from around here? Yeah? We could use some cultural expertise, you might say. We're filming a Bayou Cop drama, and all these knuckleheads are from LA. An actor on set turned towards the director. I told you, Kevin, I'm from Texas. Oh, that's right, Noah. I forgot. You Harvard-educated daddy bought a boutique ranch outside Austin. Well, that don't make you a cowboy horse. Now hush up before you scare off the yokel. Hey, I'm still here, you know? The director returned his attention to you with a mild look of disgust. Help us out, will you? The script needs some work. What'd you say? I don't think so. Great. Your smell was making me a little nauseous anyhow. Wow. So many evenings spent watching traffic pass by this gas station. Little has changed. The neighboring business sits still abandoned. The surrounding streets are quiet and empty. Troy. Well, well, well. Look who's back. Oh my god. What happened? Carnival forget you beside the road? And you even brought your little doll. Hey. Get off Monkey's back, alright? That's cute. Wow, Troy, you look like shit. I mean, I'm back because my mom died. You're not that stupid, are you? Catherine, she too valuable. They'd never let her die. If anything, she's probably vacationing on a hard drive somewhere. Are you trolling me about my dead mom? Trolling? You're so damn sensitive, can't say nothing around you. Your mom was excavating all along the rim of the lake. She used to pay me to help from time to time. Matter of fact, she needed somebody smart, somebody vigilant, somebody like me. Especially with Shield snooping around. I see some wild shit out in them swamps with Catherine. What kind of shit? Oh, I won't bother telling you about it. I'll hurt your brain. And anyhow, this ain't story time. I'll let you go in this gas station. Goddamn company that runs this dump did me dirty. They swapped me with an ATM machine for speaking truth. Ain't letting nobody through till I get an apology, very least. I mean, that sucks. Don't patronize me with your weak pity. If you really want to get through, you could get me some of them pills your brother was selling. That might persuade me. Fight? No, I don't want to fight this guy. It's gonna break me in half. So my brother was selling pills. And he wants some, but I did have some pills in the kitchen. Can I just grab these? You pocket your mom's pills. I mean, I suppose that works. Got me them pills? Only way you're getting through. Sure, I got your pills. Smart move. I'll let you cross the picket line this time, punk. Okay, so we're inside the station now. They have candy. Protein bars, bubblegum, breath mints, taffy. Oh, nice. I could eat a taffy right about now. Dog food. Dusty bags of dog food line the shelf. Fuses hang on the shelf. Can grab one of those. Grab a fuse. I detect that you have merchandise in your possession. You must remove any unpurchased items from your backpack and scan them in order to exit the store. Okay. Like so. You scan the fuse. Thank you for your purchase. That it? Did I even pay anything for it, or was that just... The disembodied illuminated head of the kiosk levitates silently the browser tab. Good evening, how may I help you? So... do you know Troy? Thank you for your inquiry. I'm forwarding it to Perry Lou and Sons LLC. They have declined to respond to your inquiry. Why did Troy get fired? American Discount Southeast Incorporated prides itself on its outstanding mentorship and job training program. ADSI works to ensure that each franchise location provides opportunities for career growth. At ADSI franchise locations, we leverage automation and machine learning technologies to enhance the lives of all employees. To apply for a position, visit American Discount SE- ADSE today. I'm good. Where's that grabber arm going? Man, gravity's a bitch, huh? Immaculately stocked cigarettes. Alright, now you got me curious. I want to see where it goes. Never seen a depressed grabber arm before. No, me neither. Look at that. I think it's moving off the rail. Just slowly dripping down. I can't watch anymore. Got the fuse? Good. We'll be able to use the bike to get around town until I'm done with the truck. It concerns me that Blake still hasn't returned. He's been spending a lot of his time at Sarpy Paperbacks lately. Perhaps we should look for him there. One sec. I still would like to go... What's the Batcher? Oh, yikes. There's a memorial. A memorial languishes in the river mud. A 2x4 cross, plywood plank, cairns of pulverized concrete. Sprayed haphazardly onto the plywood is a remembrance. Here passed the brave freedom fighters of January XW11, whose cries of liberty echo through the generations. In much smaller lettering, a different hand scratched fake across the bottom of the plaque. Artax? A lone horse drinks from the stagnant water pooled along the riverbank. I mean, I'm hoping it's not Artax because we all know what happens to that horse in the swamps. Drifter. A man sits on a pile of flotsam, his head buried in his canvas jacket against the sharp air. Stupid horse. The man's gaze stays fixed on the opposite bank of the river, never turning to you, nor the horse. Yeah? He spits on the dirt at his feet. You know what all they dump in that water? Hell of a cocktail. He spits again, wiping a string of mucus onto his sleeve. Ugh. What you out here for, anyway? Ain't you heard they got a criminal on the loose? Bringing the law around here, making things harder for the rest of us? Let's be sharp, young one. Okay. The Floodgate Tavern. Well, there's not much around here. The Floodgate Tavern. Many shield workers gather here after the shifts. It's closed. Should be open later in the evening. Okay, so we can't be here. Well, I feel like I had to check before leaving. Ready? Yeah. The sky bleeds the color you knew as a child. Airline highway passes beneath your feet. Million has joined your party. Interact with party members by clicking the portraits in the party menu. If you're stuck, they may be able to help. Huh. Wait, is Monkey in my party then? Million shouts over the wind. The bike runs much better now. You can use it to get around during your visit. So how have you been? I'm always the same, Kay. Always the same. Is that bad or good? Whichever you prefer. Sounds zen. Perhaps. So how's Blake been? The year that you left, Blake became uncontrollable. His behavior troubled Catherine deeply. It was beginning to remind her of your grandfather. After he was expelled from Desterhan, he began running drugs into the parish. He made himself many enemies. He put those things behind him after her illness, but now that she's gone, I'm uncertain what to expect. Yeah, this place can ruin people. Perhaps. I won't apologize for leaving. No one is asking you to, okay? So what it's been like around town? S.H.I.E.L.D. has been expanding since you left. Catherine took your grandfather's boat into the lake to investigate reports of construction in the swamps along the shoreline. She assumed it to be unpermitted S.H.I.E.L.D. activity. She was unable to find any evidence of it. However, it was clear that she found something during that investigation. What was it? I don't know. Perhaps you do? She didn't mention it. In any event, something drew her to the lake in the months before her death. Where could Blake be? He spent so much of his time at Sarpy's paperbacks. Perhaps we should check there. Okay. How do we... Oh. So this is the oil refinery. The sprawling S.H.I.E.L.D. industrial complex. Long ago it was plantation land, cheap and abundant along the Mississippi River. Refinery grew in stages, slowly displacing surrounding neighborhoods. The chemical annex came online later. Children of the enslaved became the neighbors of this machine. The towers. Carbon and alloy and stainless steel. Among the columns sits the catalytic cracking unit that rocked the town. The pipelines. The webwork crosses high and low, over and under traffic and water and concrete, like veins, like gossamer, like neural circuitry. The lights. Everywhere. Metal halide probing the river's expanse. Coded patterns of warm, sodium, and cold LEDs winking, thinking, knowing. Saying something, speaking, burning eyes seeing. Something to decipher in all that Norco's light. I remember Blue. You only think that you do. When he died, part of her did too. Man, this game is fascinating. Such a cool atmosphere. So far, I have to say, very well written, background and introduction. Teens, a dog, and a driver. The music is still too loud sometimes. The driver. A young man leans against his station wagon while scrolling idly on his phone. His silhouette darkened by the fluorescent glare of the payday lender's sign. The next to cash. Hello. So they're doing this rideshare thing a few weeks ago. Kinda hate it. Sucks. Yeah, sucks. Alright. Look at that doggo. A stocky pit bull with piercing green eyes watches the horizon with a neutral demeanor. As you reach down to pet the dog, he shows her teeth and grows softly. You should never reach down to pet a dog that you don't know. There's nothing neutral about a pit bull. I've seen very, very nice and lovely pit bulls. But yeah, definitely don't ever, you know, reach out for a dog that you don't know. Just slowly get close, check them out, see how they react, let them sniff you. And then maybe, if the owner is okay with it, just pet him. Two teens nod and gesture excitedly while bouncing between topics. Where this dog came from, bruh? Hey, bruh. Bro, don't know. She's been sitting here for a while. You seen her eyes? Them eyes are something, bruh. I mean, they are something, yeah. Your mom used to come here to dig through the stacks. Among the heaps of used romance novels and westerns, she always managed to find some occult artifact. The owner is also the landlord. You imagine that's the only way he manages to keep a place like this running. Over the years, they've experimented with other revenue-generating schemes. For a while, you could get your phone repaired here. Then, they tried selling vape cartridges. Then, kratom. Then anime wall scrolls. I'm sorry, what? LSU yard ornaments after that? You remember seeing online they were trying to do some kind of acupuncture thing. In the end, schemes always fail, and only the paperback remains. Sorry, anime wall? What? Scrolls? Ah. I'm gonna taint my Google search. Anime wall scrolls. I see. They are pretty much what I was expecting. You wonder how anyone can read in this dim and cluttered bookshop. Do you want to know? I mean, honestly, if you try to picture an anime wall scroll, it's exactly what it sounds like. So you probably do not want to know. As your eyes adjust, you see Blake's childhood friend Erica waiting behind the counter to greet you. Kay? And Million? How'd you get back to town? I've been in Norco for quite some time. Perhaps you're misremembering, Erica. Weird, I guess so. But anyhow, Kay, you're looking rugged these days, old friend. That's an intense scar above your eye. I actually got it before I left town, you know? And the minute you return, you're right back in the mix, huh? And you ran into Troy. That guy, my god, he's such a clown. I was keeping up with your travels online, but haven't seen you post in a while. Yeah, I tossed my phone in a ditch somewhere. I tossed my phone in the Rio Grande. I respect that. It's more and more common these days. I've been avoiding my phone as well. Has that the connection has been so erratic. Been hearing of people chopping down cell towers, tearing fiber cables out of the ground, trying to rip the internet apart. She nods into ensuing silence. Back because of your mum, huh? Yeah. I'll miss the hell out of that woman. Same. You and your brother have been living in my heart since I heard the news. I know you weren't always on the best terms with your mum. She loved and admired you. She talked about you constantly. I think he used to make Blake upset. He felt like you were her favorite. He's absurd. Yeah, he's a dweeb, but we still love him. Have you seen Blake? Yeah, I saw him just yesterday. He hasn't been around the house? He has not. He said he was heading to Floodgate Tavern when I saw him. He may have gotten wasted. I know Gus let him sleep behind the bar a couple times. Didn't know you were coming, Kay? He never mentioned it. I thought I'd surprise him. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt for now. I'm sure he'd be relieved to see you. He's been resisting help, but he needs it. If I hear from him, I'll tell him to find you. Thank you. What do we have here? You scan the titles on the shelf. Don't be a vampire. Whatever you do, do not be a vampire. Good Hope Cemetery easement. A carbon copy of a document authored by the St. Charles Parish Planning Committee. The document outlines the parish's intentions to secure a roadway through a 90-meter stretch of the Shield Industrial Complex. This easement would allow the descendants of those entombed to visit the Good Hope Cemetery. The gravesites are currently surrounded on all sides by the refinery. Huh. Don't be a vampire. You pick the slim self-published paperback from the shelf and flip to a random page. Another dark and lonely night spent in this cavern of despair, hidden from the daylight. Blackout curtains are all that defer my eternal death. Thought being a vampire would be sexy, but it's not. It's awful for your skin. I look pathetic. Also, blood tastes like bong water. Didn't think it'd be like this. Okay. Pass. Okay. There's only crouton. So this here is the illustrious crouton. We found him behind the dumpster at the back, licking cardboard. Whatever you do, don't try to pet him, he's a devil. I've got scars all over my hands from this damn cat. He loves me. Oh wow, Crouton usually bites strangers. He must like you. I mean, clearly. Seems to be getting a little excited. Wow, I've never seen a cat purr this hard. Maybe you two should slow down? Am I arousing this cat? No, really. Stop touching the cat. Crouton looks like he's fixing to explode. Do we continue to touch the cat? He's vibrating. Isn't that pretty much every cat? Game of Kane, thanks for the host. I think I'm gonna touch the cat again. I'm a bit worried. Oh my god.
Ah, so that's what that did.
What the fuck just happened to the cat? Kate, god damn it, I told you to stop fucking with the cat. Did you just launch through the ceiling? What the hell just happened? Hey, I got a phone case. I am so sorry about the cat. I don't... Okay, I love you. I know you're going through a hard time, but I'm a little pissed you launched the cat through the ceiling. Just give me some space, okay? Alright, sorry. I mean, what just happened? I do hope Erica is correct, and that Blake's absence is due to nothing more than another drunken night. My intuition leaves me with a sense that something is wrong. Do you feel it too, Kay? Does something feel strange to you? Catherine. That was more than some intense purring, that was just insane. Several weeks ago. Greater New Orleans Neural Versioning Clinic. What brings you here tonight? I'm dying. I want a record for my children. I mean, I suppose you don't show up to a clinic and say, I'm dying, so she is probably here for a record. I don't want to leave my kids alone. They may still need me. I understand. And you were referred by Mr. Richard? Duck. That's what everyone calls him. Yes, Duck. We followed his branch with some interest. Who hasn't? I gather we'll be discussing this in more detail as things progress. For now, let's begin with a simple exercise. I'd like to talk about your earliest memory. It's of pine trees, yes? I mean... That's right. Tell me about them. They grew from the concrete. Like sick flesh. And cracked the driveway. Honestly, I would be pretty pissed about the crack in the driveway. That's what trees do, right? And the concrete broke into pieces. They made your father upset. He'd seen them and frown. But he'd remain silent. He'd sit quietly in the truck, dissatisfied. I wouldn't say a word. Speaking in those moments made you a fool in his mind. Your father's house was suffocating, was safe. It feels like, from what they told me, she was always around, always investigating, always somewhere, so I'm guessing it was suffocating. I couldn't wait to get out. And that's why you married Blue. Yes, to have somewhere to go. We bought our little place on Good Hope Street. The whole thing was a mistake. When I told him I didn't love him, it was in my father's voice. I told him I never loved any man. Was it true? Oh, I mean... I'd like to think no. That was a difficult night for you. It didn't feel real. Why? The smoke was twisted, the sky was an inversion of some other sky. That sounds cool. The sky, it was corrupted, misplaced. It wasn't a Norco sky. Where was Blue? He sat at the window all night. The east-facing window? Yes. When you stood over him to apologize, you saw the flare stack of the refinery in his eyes. That's right. What, Okay. I think I saved those memories. How was it after that, in the time before he died? We circled each other in wide orbits. I'd hide at the center of the house nursing Kay and only leave when I heard him step out. He'd sleep on the couch or next to the crib. He'd sing her old Cahun lullabies, pat her head, whisper to her about his life. And then there was the explosion. When the cat cracker blew, they say he fell 5 stories. We went to identify his body on a Thursday night. I remember the tempo of the streetlight. The police scattered across the east bank. I carried Kay in a blanket. She never cried. We were quiet, she and I. We don't need this. I'll keep these two. I don't know why I'm doing this, but... Whoa. Tell me about this man. I would see him from time to time around Norco. This was many years back. He looks a little bit like the king in... what was it called? The guy from the Legion TV show. Was it the King in Yellow? Or am I thinking Lovecraft? Something like that. Several weeks ago, Blake saw someone passing by the house. I think it was him. Why? Just do. The robot is no longer there to deter him. Million? Yes. Could be it. What was your first encounter with Million? Oh, let me think. She came to me in the parking lot. Kay was about 12 years old at the time. She knew Blue from his days at the aluminum refinery. I stared for a long time into her constellation of eyes. They swirled in a kind of desperation. I took her home, knowing it was another mistake. You were reckless in those days. I welcomed any trouble I could find. I mean... I feel like I would save this as a warning maybe for the kids. What is the significance of this image to you? It's... well, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. It's a sphere. It followed me in the lake. When? Recently? A few weeks ago? This is where Mr. Richard's branch factors into your biography. Duck's version escaped. A hard fork, an extremely rare instance. And grew into some kind of monster. I'm sorry, what? It began speaking to me through the radio. It told me to install an app. Oh no. It's a Bitcoin miner. An app? Yes. I think it has something to do with the thing. The sphere, whatever it is. So long as it pays, I don't care. I can use the money. The app pays? Yes. I see. Since this is the last control point that you submitted, would you like to include any additional thoughts or memories? Anything not included in the intake form? No, that should be enough. I will now begin disconnecting the sensors. A slight feeling of nausea and disorientation is normal, and no cause for alarm. I thank you for your patience, Miss Madare. No idea what Super Duck wants from me. Super Duck? Better check my phone. Wallet watch. Is that my app? I don't have any quack. But I do have 10 US dollars. Or 10,000, I don't know. Oh my god, it actually is cryptocurrency, isn't it? It's... oh no. Hoot hoot. It's quack job. Says here I need to go to the Curious Duck. Meet contact at the Curious Duck. Uh-huh. Receive orientation at Eagles Janitorial and Paper Supplies in Fat City. Wait, hang on. Do we have any emails? Just checking in, please text when you can. I'm fine. Where are you, dear? Arizona? Where in Arizona? I don't know. I love you. Just checking in. Still in Arizona? New Mex? Be careful. It doesn't seem safe to be there right now. Call when you can. Getting worried. Okay? Lex says he hasn't heard from you. Really getting concerned. Please call. They put me on another round of chemo. Would love to hear from you. Call? Oh, this is where she tossed the phone. Blake. Where you went, Ma? I'm out. I'm fine. I had to drop something off at your parents. Been gone a while. I had to make a couple stops. I'm okay, I promise. Blake, have you heard from your sister? Yeah, she said she's okay. Where is she? You didn't say. Dear, where did my pills go? In a meeting. We'll call you back. How'd it go this morning? We'll call. Mahi came back around. I'll be home soon, calling our grilled ship. It's fine. Love you. Love you, sweetheart. Blake, can you hear me? Can you come to the living room, please? Something's happened. Not this evening. Everything's okay. You need to stay home. I'll be fine, I promise. Love you, my nerd. I'm sorry, what? The mom says to his child, love you, my nerd. That is so weird. Duck. In a wild duck. Too long, old friend. How's the weather on your side of the tracks? They had me on chemo. Terrible. And have long myself. They got me carrying around a tank. Lou's waiting for us. Oh, I don't doubt that for a minute. Praise the glory of God. Something on your mind, Kate? Don't want to raise your blood pressure. Try me. Super contacted me. So he did. Don't mess around with that shit. Where you went, don't mess around with Super Kate. That thing's got no soul. Like to ruin what all it touches. I need the money. They don't take money where they go. Sorry. Let me try this again. They don't take money where we're going. Can't leave it for the kids to clean up. Lou left them a little bit with how he went, but I was a fool. Don't worry yourself like this at the end. Find peace. No peace for me. Don't get mixed up with that thing, Kate. I'll tell you now, it won't go how you want it. Kate? God damn it, I hope you're listening. My Direct. Oxnard My Direct Medical Portal. Receive online billing, confirmation, $1,000, another $1,000, 1,700. Alright, so a lot of medical bills. Interesting. Gnovk? Ma'am? Ma'am, are you okay? My eyes are just playing tricks on me, I guess. Vertigo and visual distortion are common side effects of versioning session. Shall I contact our on-call physician? No, no, it's fine. Very well. Last name? It's Madair. First name Catherine. One moment. Your head drive is fully synced. You have chosen a silver tier. Your product does not come pre-installed with adware blocking services and is provided as is without warranty. You're eligible for a free sync anytime before the new year. Thank you for choosing the Greater New Orleans Neural Versioning Clinic for your cognitive versioning needs. The uncanny smile of personal injury lawyer Martin Smart hangs above the Interstate 10. His eternally coiffed air clings desperately to his head. His all-marked blood-red tie catches the eyes of drivers speeding east. Just a click away, the sign reads. The Interstate Expressway traces a scar down Claiborne Avenue from east to west. East, the bridge cuts east to the tram and the 7th Ward like places whose stories should be forgotten and left behind in haste. The pillars still tell their stories beneath the interstate. East above the industrial canal, the mouldering strip malls, the narrowed expanse of the lake, the shrimp boats that prowl the black marble waves. East through Mississippi and the winter weeknight, darkness, and onward to Florida where it terminates. West. West is the suburbs that Catherine calls home. West is the concrete expanse that breaks clean and sharp at the St. Charles Parish line and gives way to the cypress swamps. Tupelo crowns a spire above the overpass, silhouetted by an unnatural glow that leads to Norco. Am I going to the overpass on foot? It's a puppet theater. Okay, it's getting kinda late. I feel like I need to stop here. But the game is really, really interesting. I do love the atmosphere so far. I'm definitely gonna play more, especially considering it's not a very long game. So we can probably finish it in a couple of streams. Yeah, so far I really, really like it. I don't know, it's such a unique setting. Well, maybe not like unique, but it's very well done. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just save and call it a day. Next time we'll also check the mind map. Good game. Hopefully I did save.